After decades of development and continuous work, the public institution Veterinary Institute Dr. Vaso Butozan, Banja Luka, has reached its present-day state, and we are proud to say that it is largely in line with international requirements and standards. Our institute is proud of the founder of veterinary diagnostics and epidemiology in this region in 1934, academician and university professor Vaso Butozan, whose name it bears today.
Ovo je najstarija veterinarska institucija ne samo u Republici Srpskoj, nego u čitavoj Bosni i Hercegovini.
This is the oldest veterinary institution, not only in Republika Srpska, but in the whole Bosnia and Herzegovina. Moreover, this is an only genuine institute which is not a part of another institution. Our institute covers the whole spectrum of veterinary services and activities, offering over 160 different types of analysis. 24 laboratory methods have been accredited so far, which means that we, as an accredited institution, play a significant role when it comes to the status of our exporters.
Igra veoma značajnu ulogu u ostvarivanju statusa izvoznih kompanija.
The universal relevance of veterinary profession, which is contained in animal health protection, development of cattle and food production, and ensuring that animal products are safe for human health, are the basis of the social responsibility of this profession and the address to which statutory obligations of each country in this important social and economic sphere are delegated.
Veterinarski institut je sigurno jedan od nosilaca.
Veterinary Institute truly represents one of the main tiers of development in the area of animal production. The most important thing for the institute is to ensure adequate health condition of animals, which includes health control, spread of diseases, and eradication of such diseases. On the other hand, when it comes to infectious diseases, it is highly important to pay equal attention to the health condition of animals which are imported in our country.
Kontroli zdravlja životinja koje se uvoze u ovu zemlju.
Protection of human health is in close connection to the measures taken to protect the health of animals, and dozens of common infectious and parasitic diseases we know of today support this argument.
Uloga ovog instituta je da sve one aktivnosti koje se zahtijevaju u pojedinim segmentima.
The role of this institute is also to raise awareness when it comes to eradication of infectious diseases and consumer safety, and to clarify and interpret the reasons for taking specific measures instead of only analyzing various conditions and testing samples. Our task is to raise awareness of the relevance of introducing specific methods, systems, and the need to change our citizens' mindsets and attitudes in general. This is absolutely a prerequisite.
Shvatanja potrebe mijenjanja ukupnog društva i pristupa svemu tome, i to je nešto što je nezamjenjivo.
It is fully justified to expect that veterinary medicine applied modern methods for detection, control, and eradication of vectors of hazardous diseases, which, in addition to endangering animal health, also pose a risk for human health and cause great economic damage and threaten economic power of each country.
Isto tako je jako važno da imamo saradnju.
It is equally important to cooperate with competent authorities in Republika Srpska, including the government, Ministry of Agriculture, Republican Administration for Inspection Affairs, since all our activities are closely linked with their plans and activities. The Institute also contributes in the development of such plans, but it also fulfills its designated tasks and duties.
Takvih planova, ali i u izvršavanju obaveza koje se postavljaju kao takve.
Human need for food is often inconsistent with food production, whether it is final products or raw material used for production, and for this reason it becomes a global issue, at the same time multiplying the risks involved with transfer of contaminants. International trade of animals and animal products is impossible without health and safety certificates.
S druge strane, značaj instituta je javno zdravstvo, odnosno bez...
On the other hand, the institute plays a significant role in public health protection from the point of view of consumption of animal products, and it can provide assurances when it comes to quality and hygiene of products of animal origin.
Može da obezbedi zaštitu potrošača kad je u pitanju kvalitet i higijenska ispravnost proizvoda životinjskog porijekla.
Food producers, processors, and consumers need an independent and professional quality and safety assessment.
Institut u narednom periodu...
In the coming period, the Institute can and must have a unique role in our path towards the EU.
Uostalom, mnogi zahtjevi Europske unije upravo i jesu...
Indeed, many of the EU requirements are related exactly to the aspect of safety in terms of infectious diseases and consumer safety. The role of this institute in that case is undoubtedly unique and important.
Sigurno je uloga Veterinarskog instituta nezamjenjiva.
Veterinary Institute, Dr. Vaso Butozan, has recognized its mission and its irreplaceable role in investing efforts to provide its partners in a high quality and professionally verified manner with guarantees of the status of controlled food and raw material.
Meni je bitno da institut u svakom momentu preuzma moj uzorak, da ja imam sigurnost.
To me, it is important that the institute can receive my samples at any given time and that I can rely on the analysis and be able to explain to the users of my services that it is how things are and how things have to be done. If this institute is strong, then veterinary service is strong too. It is in the interest of all of us, farmers, myself, the institute and Republika Srpska.
Farmera, mene i instituta, a na kraju apsolutno interes Republike Srpske.
Knowing that without a healthy animal we cannot have healthy food of animal origin, the Institute carries out diagnostic tests to identify all present and potentially present diseases by use of modern methods in fully equipped modern laboratories.
Nastojat ću da se mi jednostavno obezbedimo što se tiče kvaliteta.
Quality is the key principle in our work. Our clients deserve top quality and that is what we must offer.
Našeg rada i mislim da sve ostalo će se posložiti ako se taj uslov bude ispunio. Pathoanatomical, pathohistological, microbiological, virological, immunological, parasitological and other types of examinations are based on professional indications whose efficiency relies on the use of sophisticated equipment and modern diagnostic tools combined with trained, educated and motivated staff. Our department receives around 100 to 150 samples per day. We cooperate with the Veterinary Institute in Zagreb and Institute of Meat Hygiene and Technology in Belgrade, and we also participate in proficiency tests organized by the National Food Administration of Sweden. The results of tests and examinations are sent to recognized laboratories in the neighboring countries and prestigious European laboratories. The results obtained in this laboratory have been verified in notable European laboratories, and we think that we are also competent to work with methods for which we are not accredited at present, since our results are highly reliable. Findings from these laboratories are very successfully verified in prestigious European reference laboratories. Independently verified results belong to international quality standard and are a valorization of our work to which we pay particular attention at the Institute.
Naš cilj u budućnosti je da se proširi obim akreditacije što se tiče.
Our objective is to enlarge our accreditation scope in the future. The laboratory has participated in inter-laboratory tests and received verifications from accreditation institutions that our tests are carried out in compliance with prescribed standards. This is another proof that our laboratory carries out tests in line with standards, and at the same time this provides assurance for our clients whose samples are tested in our laboratory. The quality system which the Institute has adopted obliges us to external mediation through different types of examinations to test methodologies, competency and impartiality in the application of the adopted procedures. Animal products and feed may often be the media for dangerous causative agents of diseases or residues of hazardous matters from different origins. Although nowadays producers are most often held responsible for this, the importance of independent laboratories is still highly relevant. Particularly important are the official controls, which represent the verification of standards applied by producers and all other subjects in the chain from supply to final consumption.
Očekujemo od nadležnih organa, prije svega od ministarstva I inspektorata.
We expect from the competent authorities and inspectorates to improve controls and implementation of regulations, which are surely in line with the European standards and regulations. Only if we have proper implementation, the Institute can entirely fulfill its role as it has done so far.
Očekivati zaista da će institut u čitavom tom ambijentu odigrati svoju ulogu I spreman I to je dokazao da može.
The Institute today has modern laboratories for food safety testing. The aim of regular monitoring of animal food and raw material hygiene is to rectify and eliminate the errors which lead to contamination, which contributes to more efficient prevention and timely removal of risks to human health.
Laboratorij za hemijska ispitivanja razvijene su metode fizičko-hemijske metode.
In our laboratory for chemical analysis, we have developed methods for chemical and physical analysis of animal products. We run physical and chemical analysis on honey, milk, dairy products, meat and feed. Currently, we are preparing to enlarge our accreditation scope and accredit the newly introduced ISO methods.
Uvedenim novim ISO metodama, dakle da nastupimo, odnosno da pokušamo da akreditujemo I te metode.
Control of different hazardous residues, heavy metals and similar components requires even more sophisticated equipment. The Institute is well equipped in that regard, and that enables us to provide even better guarantees when it comes to food safety and dozens of different harmful matters. After we have procured LCMS and 2 atomic absorbers, we are capable of analyzing 96 different residue components, and in this way the laboratory has gained a good prerequisite for the participation in residue control program in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Independent control of raw milk quality is a necessary activity in the chain of milk production, from barn to table. It presents a signpost for producers, processors, official bodies and consumers about the quality and use value on the market.
Institut je već nekoliko puta uradio analize I provjerio ih u referentnim europskim laboratorijima.
Our institute has performed analysis several times and verified them in EU reference laboratories. We have never had a case of failed verification or wrong diagnosis. We have even diagnosed diseases unknown in this area. When it comes to food and independent control of raw milk, we for years have participated in proficiency and ring tests together with 12 best European laboratories, and our results have been confirmed in those tests. We have also sent our results to EU reference laboratories in Sweden, England, Germany and France, and have never had a case of wrong diagnosis.
Jedan put još nikad nismo imali grešku kod svojih analiza.
The task of the Institute is to ascertain and certify the quality of milk by use of reliable laboratory technology and competency of staff carrying out the prescribed procedures.
Danas laboratorij ispituje veliki broj uzoraka sirovog mlijeka, faktički se ispituje...
Today we analyze a number of samples of cheese and milk. In fact, we analyze milk from each individual supplier in Republika Srpska, which amounts to around 9,000 milk samples. As an independent laboratory, our duty is to issue a certificate of analysis to our clients, and this is a significant development in our case compared to the situation in the past, because in this way transparency is ensured, which is relevant both in terms of EU standards and our farmers' trust. At the Institute, we are aware that technological requirements in terms of equipment are a variable category. Expensive equipment is used rationally in accordance with priorities and schedules. The Veterinary Institute is a public institution, which means that all our income is further invested in development and modernization. Individual responsibilities of every staff member are equally reflected in their attitudes towards working tools and equipment and ongoing training and personal development.
Osoblje je naravno najkvalitetniji.
Our staff is of course our most valuable asset, and ongoing education and training and participation in international and regional projects is one of the most important indicators of how the procedures and findings we work on and implement are up to date. At the Institute, we pay particular attention to our cooperation with affiliated institutions, interdisciplinary cooperation, exchange of know-how and interpretation of results, publishing and development of programs and projects relevant to animal and public health. We have signed cooperation agreements with the Scientific Veterinary Institute of Serbia in Belgrade and Croatian Veterinary Institute in Zagreb and Scientific Veterinary Institute in Novi Sad. Day-to-day communication with primary veterinary practices and food producers is the common practice at the Institute.
Radi se o tome da je ovaj posao krajnje odgovoran posao. Ukoliko ga radi...
Our job is highly responsible. If we want to do it properly, then we must respond to all present needs. Responsibility is the key at all times.
Znači, odgovornost apsolutno postoji i juče i danas sutra.
Our institute is organized at two different locations in Banja Luka and Bijeljina, and this enables us to establish a more direct cooperation with our clients and attain better efficiency.
Mi pokušavamo da laboratoriju približimo.
We are trying to bring the laboratory as close as possible to our partners. Today, it is important to have the results as fast as possible, and we appreciate and respect the investments and efforts of our agricultural subjects who engage in animal husbandry and produce food, and we are aware that each day is important to them. This is why our institute is at their service 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, to take and analyze samples and control food. Our mission is to work for the benefit of us all.
Provjeravamo ispravnost namirnica, a sve sa ciljem da budemo svima od koristi.